Good morning, children. Today our class starts with a new lesson, chapter 4, quadratic equations. If you have gone through chapter 2 very well, you will be familiar or you were familiar with the word quadratic, which shows that a polynomial of degree 2, we called them as a quadratic polynomial, and the general form of a quadratic polynomial was ax square plus bx plus c. That is, the general form of a quadratic polynomial is ax square plus bx plus c. The condition was a term should not be 0. And now, if this is a quadratic polynomial, when can you call a quadratic polynomial as a quadratic equation? You know, the word equation stands for an equality symbol, or the general form of a quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0 when the condition a not equal to 0. Thus, the general form of a quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0 where a not equal to 0. And now, there were contributions by many mathematicians in the application of quadratic equations in real life problems. The names of the mathematicians mentioned in your textbook: Greek mathematician Euclid developed a geometrical approach for finding the length in which our present day terminology are solutions of equations. Indian mathematicians also played a very good role in developing quadratic equations, that is to find the solutions. Brahmagupta gave an explicit formula to solve a quadratic equation of the form ax square plus bx equal to c, and later Sridharacharya derived a formula known as quadratic formula, and it was known as Bhaskara too. An Arab mathematician, Al-Khwarizmi, also studied quadratic equations of different types. Then Abraham Bar Ha-Nasi, in his book Liber Ebadorum, published in Europe in AD 1145, gave a complete solution of different quadratic equations. That means a lot of mathematicians have put in their effort to bring the solution of quadratic equations. There are three ways by which we can find the solution of a quadratic equation, and as the word quadratic describes the power of the variable as 2, there can be at most, or there can be a maximum of 2 solutions or 2 zeros for a quadratic equation. If you refer the videos on geometrical meaning of zeros of a polynomial from chapter 2 regarding the graph of a quadratic polynomial and how the solutions will be determined geometrically, you will understand that a quadratic polynomial will be represented as a parabola. The shape of the graph will be a parabola which will either intersect the x-axis at one point, or it will intersect the x-axis at 2 points, or it will not intersect the x-axis at all. And if the graph cuts the x-axis at one point, there is one solution or 1 0. If it intersects the x-axis at 2 points, it has 2 zeros, and if it is not intersecting, the quadratic polynomial do not have zeros. If you compare a quadratic polynomial and a quadratic equation, for the quadratic equation also, if you draw the graph, it will be a parabola, and the same logic as a quadratic equation, since it can have a maximum of 2 zeros, there are equations with 2 zeros, 1 zero and no zeros. Let's go in detail. What are the conditions by which we can understand that a quadratic equation will have 2 zeros, and what type of zeros are they? Or they have 1 zero or no zeros, and let's derive the condition for the same. The general form is ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, where a not equal to 0. Take an example of a quadratic equation. 2x square minus 3x minus 1 is equal to 0. And without any method of calculating zeros, we can find out what type of solution or how many zeros will be there for a quadratic equation by the following calculation. Once an equation is given to you, compare the coefficient of a. Here a value takes 2. The general form is always a positive sign, which shows that b is minus 3 and c value is negative 1. After rewriting the values of a, b and c, the formula b square minus 4ac is called as discriminant. The formula of b square minus 4ac is called as discriminant, denoted by the letter D. The value of D determines the nature of roots or what type of solutions will be there for this particular quadratic equation. Let us substitute and see the value for the discriminant in this particular equation. D is equal to b square minus 3 the whole square minus 4 into 2 into minus 1, which shows that 9 plus 8, which is equal to 17. That is, D is a number greater than 0. You got D as a number greater than 0. So this is the first case. Let's take an example of the second type. X square minus 4x plus 4 equal to 0. If you compare with the general form, ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, the value of a is 1, the value of b is minus 4, and the value of c is positive 4. Let's find out what is the discriminant value, and what is the formula. D is equal to b square minus 4ac. Discriminant is equal to b square minus 4ac, which is equal to minus 4 the whole square minus 4 into a is 1, another 4, which is minus 4 the whole square is 16 minus 16, which is equal to 0. So you got a quadratic equation where the discriminant value is 0. Let us take it as a second example as x square minus 4x plus 4 equal to 0, where your d value is minus 4 the whole square minus 4 into 1 into 4. 16 minus 16 is equal to 0, that is the d value is 0. Now let's take another example where d value becomes negative. Take a quadratic equation as 2x square plus 3x plus 2 equal to 0. Here, by comparison, you can understand the value of a as 2, b as plus 3 and c as plus 2. The discriminant d will be b square minus 4ac, which will be positive 3 the whole square minus 4 into 2, which is equal to 9 minus 4 2s are 8, 8 2s are 16, which comes as minus 7. That is, there are equations with the discriminant value turning to be negative also. That is, for the equations of the type 2x square plus 3x plus 2 equal to 0, your d value as 3 square minus 4 into 2 into 2, 9 minus 16, which is negative 7. So from these three examples, you can understand that a quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, the discriminant value b square minus 4ac can be either a positive value or 0 or a negative value, and the discriminant determines the nature of roots. If the discriminant is a positive value or if it's a number greater than 0, this equation will have two distinct roots. What is the meaning of that is, there will be two roots and at the same time both the roots will be of different value. If the discriminant value is 0, it will have two equal roots. That means the values of x will be same, and which shows that it has only one solution. Since both the values are equal, we can say that that equation has only one solution. Whereas if the discriminant is a negative value or less than 0, there are no real roots. Please understand the meaning. There are no real roots. That means the real numbers includes natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, rational numbers and irrational numbers. And under this system, there are no roots possible. But definitely there are complex roots, which is a syllabus of class 11. D is equal to b square minus 4ac will determine the type of solution or the nature of roots. If the discriminant is a positive value, the equation will have two distinct roots. If the discriminant is 0, the equation will have two equal roots, and if the discriminant is less than 0 or a negative number, there won't be any real roots, and there are of course complex roots, which is in class 11, which is not in your syllabus. Now let's discuss about the different methods of finding the solutions of a quadratic equation. Once you knew that the nature of roots of a quadratic equation, how do you proceed to find the solutions? There are three different methods by which you can find the roots of a quadratic equation. Number one, by factorization, that is either checking with the identities or by splitting off middle term. The second method by quadratic formula, and by the third method of by completing the squares. And now the first and second method is very common while we are doing word problems, whereas the third method specifically they will ask for the exam as solved by completing the squares. So the first method by factorization or by splitting of middle term, the same procedure as we did in polynomials lesson. Those who have doubts, please refer the video of factorization by splitting of middle term and then proceed with the exercise. The explanation of this method we will do along with the textual exercise. Exercise 4.1, page number 73, question number 1 is just to check out whether the given equations are quadratic or not. The condition of quadratic equation is a term, that means the coefficient of x square term should be present, or there should be x square term, the constant or x term is optional. You can do it on your own. The word problems together we will be doing using quadratic formula, as that is the very common method which can be followed by every student. Let's proceed. Exercise 4.2, first question. Find the roots of the quadratic equations by factorization. Exercise 4.2, first question. Exercise 4.2, question 1. Solve by factorization the first question is x square minus 3x minus 10 is equal to 0. X square minus 3x minus 10 is equal to 0. By splitting of middle term, product is equal to minus 10, sum is equal to minus 3. The factors of 10 are 5 and 2. Now, since the product is negative, factors are of unlike sign, negative for the greater factor and the smaller factor will get the unlike sign. Splitting as x square minus 5x plus 2x minus 10 is equal to 0. X into x minus 5 plus 2 into x minus 5 is equal to 0. X plus 2 into x minus 5 is equal to 0, or product of two numbers equal to 0 means either of them can be 0. That is, either x plus 2 is equal to 0 means x is equal to minus 2, and x minus 5 is equal to 0 means x is equal to 5. So, this equation has two distinct roots. If you remember, I told you, if the discriminant is a positive number, the equation will have two different values as solution. You can double check the value of the discriminant. The second equation, 2x square plus x minus 6 is equal to 0. Product is equal to 2 into minus 6 is minus 12. Sum is equal to plus 1. The factors are 3 and 4. Similarly, when the product is negative, unlike sign. The positive value for the bigger number and the other factor gets the negative. So, 2x square minus 3x plus 4x minus 6 is equal to 0. X into 2x minus 3 plus 4 and 6 common factor is 2, and 2x minus 3 equal to 0, which shows that the factors are 2x minus 3 into x plus 2 is equal to 0, and the solution 2x minus 3 equal to 0, 2x is equal to positive 3, x is equal to 3 by 2. Again, x plus 2 is equal to 0 gives you x is equal to minus 2. Therefore, the two values are positive 3 by 2 and negative 2. Similarly, question number 3. The product is 5 root 2 into root 2 is the same as 10. Root 2 into root 2 is 2. 5 into 2, 10. And the sum is plus 7. The factors are 2 and 5. The factors are 2 and 5 because 2 plus 5 is 7. Let us do the splitting of middle term as root 2x square plus 2x plus 5x plus 5 root 2 equal to 0. Now, root 2x square and 2x, this 2 can be expressed as root 2 into root 2, which shows that root 2x is a common factor. Root 2x into x plus root 2 plus 5 and 5, you can take it outside as x plus root 2 is equal to 0, which shows that the factorization is complete. So, root 2x plus 5 into x plus root 2 is equal to 0, or root 2x plus 5 equal to 0, root 2x is equal to minus 5, x is equal to minus 5 by root 2. Again, x plus root 2 equal to 0, or x is equal to minus root 2. So, the solutions are minus 5 by root 2 and minus root 2. This question is important for exam. Subdivision 4, 2x square minus x plus 1 by 8 is equal to 0. When you have a fraction here, what you can do is you can take LCM and make it into a familiar equation without denominator, because multiplication with 0, the right side will always be a 0. So by LCM, 16x square minus 8x plus 1 by 8 is equal to 0. Any equation if you have in the fraction form, you can convert it without fraction. Or 16x square minus 8x plus 1 equal to 0, because 0 into 8 is 0. Now, as you see the expression here, there are two methods. Those who can identify, it is the special product of a minus b the whole square. That is, your a square is 16x square, a value is 4x. There are two square terms. B square is 1 or b is 1, and the factorization is 4x the whole square plus 1 the whole square, and this term is 2 into 4x into 1, which is the same as 4x minus 1 the whole square is equal to 0, which shows that 4x minus 1 into 4x minus 1 is equal to 0. There are two factors, but there is only one because both the solutions are equal. 4x minus 1 equal to 0 means 4x equal to 1, x equal to 1 by 4. Similarly, another x also 1 by 4, which shows that there are two equal roots. If you remember the explanation, check the discriminant value. You will know that it is, the value of the discriminant is 0. Similarly, 100x square minus 20x plus 1. This is also the special product 10x minus 1 the whole square, but I will show you with splitting of middle term too, because you can follow this also by splitting off middle term in case you don't remember the identity. Product is 100 and sum is equal to minus 20. The factors are 10 and 10. Since the sign of the x term is negative, both the factors are of negative and the product is positive. How do you split it? As 100x square minus 10x plus 1 equal to 0. Common from here, 10x into 10x minus 1 minus 1 into 10x minus 1 is equal to 0. 10x minus 1 into 10x minus 1 equal to 0. 10x minus 1 equal to 0, x is equal to 1 by 10. Similarly, x is equal to 1 by 10, which means that this particular quadratic equation has two equal roots. When you observe the workout till this time, you knew that the solution of the quadratic equation, what you were getting were all numbers only up to rational numbers. That means the value of the x was either whole number, natural number, integers or rational numbers. But x, that is the solution, can be any real number. That means irrational numbers also can be the value of x, or irrational numbers also can be the roots of a quadratic equation. Always factorization method may not be helpful to find out such solution. So let's derive the second method called by the quadratic formula. For explaining this method, let me take the same questions we did by factorization method. The first question, x square minus 3x minus 10 is equal to 0. How do you solve this? By method 2, that is by quadratic formula. This method is very important and all the students can apply this method in any questions in the future exercise. X square minus 3x minus 10 is equal to 0. For the quadratic formula, the first step is to find the discriminant as I have explained. Identify the value of A, B and C. The discriminant is b square minus 4ac, which is equal to minus 3 the whole square minus 4 into 1 into minus 10. Minus 3 the whole square is positive 9 plus 40, which is equal to 49. You understood that 49 is a positive number. That means you can proceed. The value of x can be any real number. The next step is to find out the square root of d. Square root of d is square root of 49 is equal to positive 7. Now, the formula used to get the solution is, the first value of x we are going to call them as alpha, and the second value of x we call them as beta. That is, alpha is equal to minus b plus square root d by 2a, and beta value is minus b minus square root d by 2a. And the first condition that there are two values is square root of d is plus or minus 7. The second condition is a quadratic equation can have a maximum of 2 zeros. That is why the formula is minus b plus root d by 2a. In front of a square root there can be a positive number as well as a negative number. That is why the second formula is minus b minus root d by 2a, which is the same as your b value is negative 3 or minus b is positive 3 plus square root d is 7 by 2 into a value is 1, 10 by 2, which is equal to 5. And the second value, just only the change of the sign there is enough. The remaining all will be the same. That is 3 minus 7 by 2 minus 4 by 2, which is equal to minus 2. So this is the method of finding the zeros by quadratic formula. That is, the first step is to find d is equal to b square minus 4ac. If d is greater than or equal to 0, that means If d is a positive number or equal to 0, proceed to find the roots as alpha is equal to minus b plus root d by 2a and beta value is minus b minus root d by 2a. Instead of substituting minus b plus b square minus 4ac by 2a, b square minus 4ac by 2a, I have deduced this, or else the zeros are minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. This is the general format of finding solution by using quadratic formula. Before passing on to the exercise question, let me brief you the steps for finding solution by quadratic formula. This method is very important, as well as all children can do it very easily if you remember these steps. Steps for using quadratic formula. For the quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, write what are the values of a, b, c with the sign. Find the term d is equal to b square minus 4ac. Check what is the value of d, which will give you an idea of what type of solution. If d is a positive number as well as d is 0, proceed by using the formula. The roots are alpha is equal to minus b plus root d by 2a. Beta value is minus b minus root d by 2a. This alpha and beta represents both the values of x. And in case if d from this step is a negative number, you can just sum up as no real roots. That means that equation do not have real roots and you can give an answer as no real roots. Let's pass on to exercise 4.3. They have already mentioned there as find the zeros of the following quadratic equations using, as question number 2, find the roots of the quadratic equation given in question number 1 by applying quadratic formula. That is, if they have solution. Exercise 4.3, question 1. Subdivision 1, 2x square minus 7x plus 3 equal to 0. The first step, identify A, B and C. Calculate what is D is equal to B square minus 4AC. My D is equal to B square minus 4AC, which is equal to minus 7 the whole square minus 4 into 2 into 3, 49 minus 24, which is equal to 25. The next step is to calculate root D is equal to root 25 is equal to 5. Since the discriminant is a positive value, the first solution alpha is minus b plus root d by 2a, which is equal to 7 plus 5 by 2 into 2, or 12 by 4, which is equal to 3. And the beta value is minus b minus root d by 2a, which is equal to 7 minus 5 by 4, 2 by 4 is equal to 1 by 2. Therefore, the solution x value is 3 and x value is half. Number 2, 2x square plus x minus 4 is equal to 0. A value is 2, B value is 1, C value is minus 4. D is equal to B square minus 4AC, which is equal to 1 the whole square minus 4 into 2 into minus 4, which is equal to 1 plus, when it is negative and negative, it will become positive. 4 into 2, 8, 8 fours are 32, which is equal to 33. Now, even though 33 is not a perfect square number, you have to proceed because D is a positive value. There comes that any real number can be an answer, that is, it can be an irrational factor. Root D is the same as root 33 and you can leave it as such. The first value alpha is minus b plus root d by 2a, which is equal to minus 1 plus root 33 by 2 into 2, or minus 1 plus root 33 by 4. It cannot be further simplified. Beta value is minus b minus root d by 2a minus 1 minus root 33 by 4. The two zeros are minus 1 plus root 33 by 4 minus 1 minus root 33 by 4, because the values can be any real number, and here the answer has become an irrational number. That's all. The next one, 4x square plus 4 root 3x square plus 3 equal to 0. A equal to 4, B is equal to 4 root 3, C is equal to 3. D is equal to B square minus 4AC, which is equal to 4 root 3 the whole square minus 4 into 3, which is equal to 4 square is 16, root 3 the whole square is 3 minus 4 fours are 16 into 3, 48, that is 48 minus 48 is equal to 0. If D is equal to 0, proceed as root D is equal to root 0 is equal to 0 itself, that is alpha is minus b plus root d by 2a gives you minus 4 root 3 plus 0 by 2 into 4, that is minus 4 root 3 by 8, or the answer is minus root 3 by 2. What will be beta also? Beta is equal to minus b minus root d by 2a, that is the same minus root 3 by 2, because minus 0 is again minus 4 root 3 by 8 or minus root 3 by 2. And from the nature of roots, if the discriminant is 0, you will have two equal roots and it is formed as minus root 3 by 2. 2x square plus x plus 4 is equal to 0. The fourth subdivision, a equal to 2, b is equal to 1 and c is equal to 4. D is equal to b square minus 4ac, 1 the whole square minus 4 into 2 into 4, 1 minus 4 2s are 8, 8 4s are 32, negative 31. Since d less than 0, this equation do not have real roots. That means you need not proceed with alpha and beta, because square root of a negative number does not exist. You can sum up the answer as this equation do not have real roots.